So it's funny. I was talking in the last rant about these Twitter accounts that follow me. Okay, so that I follow. Let me not pretend like I don't follow them. Because literally I go onto Twitter and 3 minutes in the past as to when because you're gonna be hearing this afterwards, but 3 minutes before I logged on to Twitter, one of those accounts tweeted, and I'm just gonna shout it out because I'm pretty sure it's not a real account, or at least it's one account operated by, or it's many accounts operated by one person. So this is Iris Allen. All right, so Iris Allen. See, I am worthy of love. Affirmation. What else is there? It's recent tweets by Iris Allen. And then they'll also, okay, here we go. My thoughts create my days. I think positively. I create myself in my world. Affirmation. And then they'll basically retweet, not even retweet though, they'll basically tweet out the links of usually complex news is their kind of thing. So they basically aggregate urban news from across the internet, and then but usually it's only after the original outlet tweets it out. So you'll see what appears to be original tweet, but then it'll be complex news or something. It's very interesting. I focus on my power. I change my life. Yeah. See, I don't want to diss them. I don't think this is a real person. Personally, at work, my mind is focused and I have clarity and energy in all that I do. I accept newness of thoughts and changed behavior. Affirmation. Y'all should check this out. If this is good, if y'all like this, I shouldn't be clowning. If you guys yeah. So the pictures of this beautiful queen looks real, and then, or maybe they're a concerted effort of woke sisters that are I'm going to push positivity out there. And if they are, props to all of them. I just noticed they all followed me in a similar time span, and I found it bizarre. And I think there's more. Let me see. There's Iris Allen. Who else? Hold on. I know for sure there's Maria Blanding. Here she is, Maria Blanding. See, they also will tweet out things from the root. Here's another one. I am strong. This is Maria Blanding's tweets. I am strong in life. Will never get me down because the harder I fall, the higher I bounce. President Trump. Okay. A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be. She doesn't do much affirmation things. It appears. She just kind of has straight up. She has one about white people. Success is not final. Are these people real? I find it. They all have these animated. Okay, so she's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then Iris Allen is from. There's nothing there. There's another one. C something. Let me see. C. Cynthia Clark. Cynthia Clark. Good old Cynthia Clark. Again, tweeting out things from Complex. She seems to like DJ Vlad's. Repurposing. Not repurposing. But tweeting out DJ Vlad's content. So here's some with Raz B. DJ Vlad's on some he's interviewing people I've never heard of. He knows what's going on in the new world. Cardi B. They all definitely tweet a lot of Cardi B. Here's one. This is Cynthia Clark still. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. I dream what I want to dream. I do all the things I want to do. I live my life to the fullest. Affirmation, hashtag. See what I'm saying? And I'm sure there's probably one more. So yeah. I just wanted to start off this episode because y'all should check all of them out. Cynthia Clark, Iris Allen, and Maria Blanding. I don't want to sound like I'm clowning, I know sometimes I clown on the show and I clown things and I clown people and I clown myself and I clown everything. It's really just, maybe this is my own version of like how I'm positive, is just clowning. I don't know. But and let me backtrack. They didn't follow me within the same time frame. They all seemed to like, it was like within maybe 2 months, it was like suddenly I was being followed by these three. Anyway, so yeah. What else am I doing here? Oh yeah, this is another thing with the concept of just, well, I've never talked about just pulling the trigger. This is a pulling the trigger thing. I did the costing of like the first part of my little trip, and I'm like, okay, so I have the savings. So what am I waiting for at this point? It's like literally like I have the savings, and this is the thing. See, now I'm down. So it's like now I'm kind of debating myself and philosophizing with myself here on the Rantcast. It's like, and this is something you guys should, and ladies should kind of, if there's any lesson with this particular episode, maybe it's this. It's like you can strategize, you can, write it all down, you debate it and so on. And it's like, it's all economics, right? Do you have the money? Yes, then do it. And I'm still here kind of like, ugh. This is the risk thing. It's like I take, but I'm trying to make this a broad thing. Some people take so many risks with their lives, with their health, their mental, whatever. You take risks with women, you take risks with like, risky sex, one night stands. You take risks with food, booze. You went out to one too many bars, you did one too many druggy-onies. But then the risk that's going to probably be better for you, the travel risk, it's like, you don't take that risk. And maybe this isn't the thing. Maybe it's like, I've taken so many risks, both good and bad, in my life, in my quote-unquote short life, that something about this is like, it's a holding back of sorts. It's like I'm looking at all the numbers and I'm just kind of like, okay, do it. Book the ticket now. But I'm still not. I'll do it. Like I have to do it at this point. I'm talking about it. I'm publishing these episodes, so gotta do it. I'm still looking at I'm looking at all the math here, and it's one of those things. So like I'm saying, the Maritimes, the cost of living is so much lower in general than like here that you'd almost be foolish. It's like the dude, he's like, why would I? He's like, what am I going to do? Retire or not retire? Like, he's like, basically, he can live the rest of his life retired as someone in his 50s, strictly based off the fact that he's living for like extremely cheap. But he's like, it's so much cheaper. The housing is cheaper. The cost of property is cheaper. The real estate's cheaper. And then he's just going to live life, right? And you're kind of like, this isn't what I'm doing at all. I'm not buying property out there yet anyway. But because this is also when you're a quote unquote urbanite, you got to be mindful of that too. There's a reason why when I was there, it's the same thing that I keep talking about. It's like, okay, when you're in a more druggy and alcohol-y part of your life, like, that was great. Well, no, you don't say that was great, but you romanticize parts of it. And it was weird because I just had this stretch of like a switch was turned on. And it's like, you got to check that place out again as a sober person. Anyway, I'm not going to babble on about this. I'll have another topic. I'll hop back in with some of the rants. Subject matter. Well, yeah, I'm looking at the costing, and it's like, I know exactly why I'm not pulling the trigger yet, because I'm waiting to hear back from the like half a dozen people I've contacted out there to see if there's some contracts lined up that I can just, so I don't have to be going there or scrambling at the last minute. Really, I'm trying to create a source of income while I'm there, so it's not just a trip. I want it to be like a work-related thing. And then also, it's weird because I have this tweet that I'm about to send out, and I'm gonna probably save it as a draft, so it's not an impulsive tweet, even though I shouldn't care. At Maria Blanding, at Cynthia Clark, at Iris Allen. Random question. Are all three of y'all in Milwaukee? Just curious. It's really a bait question to see if they either respond, if they respond at all, if the responses are different. But I don't want to be like I said, I'm clowning, but I don't want to be like overly clownish. You know what I mean? Cause what if they are real? And it's like they're like, who the fuck is this guy? We followed him, you know. Who knows why they followed me if they're even real? I'm gonna, let me see. X, save draft. I'm saving that as a draft. I'll think on that. Overthink really, but think on that. Because, you know, you don't want to be like too foolish with people. The other thing too, I know this isn't a really structured rant, is that I keep talking about like, you know, fuck Instagram and Twitter, and I say that even though I still champion it. This is like a duality thing. I don't consider it wishy-washy. It's just like you want to sort of disconnect, but at the same time, this is like my work requires me to be on here, so it's kind of hard to just be like, I'm not going to go on. And the people I contacted out there in the Maritimes, I did it through both Twitter and Instagram and email, so it's kind of like, I think at the very minimum, human beings need an email account, even though it's weird, huh? It's like the legacy. In the internet world, the email is like kind of like the legacy, like platform or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's a weird battle. It's like needing it, and again, it's also like episodes of the rant cast. The subject matter that I'm coming up with, a lot of it is just me on Twitter and just like looking at it. But I try and do it. It's one of those things. Do it in blocks if you can. Oh, there was a really good one. Fuck. There was a really good. Did I bookmark it? Usually I bookmark things to see. No, I didn't bookmark it. Was it The Root? The Root, which I've also been like, I don't want to read too much of that. They had a good one earlier, and they tweet so much. Let me see if I can go back far enough. Mental Health Awareness Week. Isn't it the month? Like where it's like hashtag Mental Health Awareness Week. Because I'm always fixated on mental health, it's kind of like, to me, it's just always happening. But it's like it was the month, and then now there's a separate hashtag initiative for the week. Mental Health Awareness Week continues with The Root's Russian star discussing the stigma around psychiatric medication and his journey in dealing with depression. I think this might have been it. A homeless black man was wrongly accused. How much time do I got here? 389 bars. A homeless black man was wrongly accused of paying with fake money at Burger King. Now he's suing the company for nearly $1 million. I'll try and summarize this because I had a thought. Emery Ellis was just trying to buy breakfast. He was at Burger King in November 2015. Homeless attempted to pay for his morning meal with a $10 bill. The cashier accused him of paying with fake money. He called the cops. He arrested the homeless man, hauled him off to jail. Spent 3 months behind bars before an investigation concluded that the $10 bill had been real all along. So he's filed a suit against the fast food company for nearly $1 million, saying alleging he was discriminated against because of his appearance. He's suing the franchise and the employee. His attorney, Justin Dreschler, told the Associated Press that it was unlikely a white man in a suit would have been accused of paying with counterfeit money, particularly with such a low denomination. Yeah, seriously. And even if the cashier suspected the money was fake, he could have easily chosen not to accept the cash instead of calling the police. A person like me would have gotten an apology, says the attorney. The wrongful arrest violated his parole. He was denied bail. He spent more than 3 months in jail. The amount of time it took the Secret Service to determine. See, the route's funny because they clown too. Ellis was finally released in February 2016. Prosecutors dropped the forgery case. And I guess this is why, like, Canadian legal system, like, the amount of promise to appears that people have, right? Versus this. Anyway. The suit comes amid increased national scrutiny on the ways in which black people are routinely harassed by non-black people for the most innocuous actions. Whether it be waiting for a friend in Starbucks, taking a nap in a common room, or cooking out in a park. In many of these cases, the police are called, increasing the risk of a wrongful arrest or fatal escalation. Now, the 37-year-old Ellis is seeking $950,000 in damages. Let's get into some of the comments on this. Community 43. Get your money, black man. How can I miss someone and hate them at the same damn time? It's like, oh, okay, there's a combo. I worked as a cashier at a sub shop in Baltimore when I was younger. Fast food folks, do you guys have a pen for verifying paper money at the register? I was told I had to use it for all bills above 20, and whenever... the fuck? Oh, and whenever the money looked odd. Last thing you want to do is randomly yell that the bill is fake. Who checks a $10 bill? Seriously. I think the lowest will be 50 in most normal scenarios. And a lot of people just don't take the 50, right? The amount of time it took the Secret Service. Jesus fucking Christ, how on earth did this take 3 months? All the Secret Service agents were down in Mar-a-Lago doing blow with prostitutes. Yeesh. I don't like jumping to conclusions, and we probably need to spend more time getting good data on this, but it seems like black folks are treated just a little less fairly in the US. But what about black on black crime? Stop blaming white people for your problems. The Grays / Reddit bros. May this man get his money so he will never be homeless again. And yes. Yeah, so on and on it goes. Yeah, I really hope he wins that. The only risk is that, it's like I've said before, and this may or may not get hate from somebody listening, but I think I've said on this Rantscast before, it's like, there needs to be, not only should they give him the money, they should give him they should give him the money, they should also give him a financial advisor. Or, I guess his attorney can serve that purpose. I just hope Dreschler, not only plays just I'm an attorney, give me my little fee, and then here's the rest of your money, going your way. I hope he actually assists him in some sort of financial, in the giving of financial advice, because, like I said, you don't want a Scott Storch kind of a scenario where it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars are being, and I know that's presumptuous almost, but this is the thing. This is the fucking thing. You give people $1 million who haven't had it. You know what I mean? Then you hear he overdosed or some shit, or you hear that something happened. He took all his homeboys out or something. If this lawyer is an actual good lawyer with an actual, conscience and is actually helping, he will not only help him get the money and, look as if he himself is standing for the cause and, raising the proverbial fist. He will also give useful financial advice, or help him kind of like put it in savings or investments or something that he can't get at. Anyway, but again, that's presumptuous, right? You don't know, right? But this is a common theme with some of the downtrodden. It's like, it doesn't matter how much money you give them, you know. I'm surprised nobody even said that. Maybe I'm the fucked up one for thinking that. I don't know. Maybe I'm the grays or whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what grays means. You know what I mean? The grays. I just think there has to be a voice of reason in all of these stories and scenarios. If there's some people, man, you give them 50,000, you give them $500 is done. You know what I mean? Like, and then you start exponentially increasing the amount, and then what happens, you know? Anyway, that's the end of that topic. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta read Twitter sometimes, because if anything, Twitter is like one of the main okay, I got an Instagram DM. But yeah, thanks for listening to this particular section of the Rantscast.